So the next segment here is with two more folks from Target, big Target group today. We need to get some more retail in here. Liz and Abigail are both engineers within the FinOps team and movements, and they're going to share a bit of their stories about how they ended up in this space. I am amazed at the variety of career paths that people have taken to FinOps. I feel like it's sort of like product management. It's one of those ones that there's not really one path. There's different ways to go. So looking forward to hearing from Liz and Abigail about their journey. Over to you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Liz Bruder. I'm a senior software engineer at Target.
Yeah, and I'm Abigail Mannelin. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. And I'm a white woman in my late 40s with brown hair and wearing a performance and efficiency black t-shirt today.
All right, we can move on to our first slide.
Yeah, until 2020, Liz was a middle school math teacher and I was a nanny. We were both ready for a change and interested in careers in tech.
We were both accepted into a Target-sponsored 12-week coding bootcamp that led to an emerging engineer position on our team. And it included 1 year of extra scaffolding throughout the year with the early tech talent programs. I was a part of the very first bootcamp cohort that started in January, and Abigail was in the second cohort that began in September.
We have been given many opportunities to grow on the efficiency engineering team and both advanced to senior engineers within 18 months. Liz has a real talent for data, thinking through tough problems, and sharing her knowledge with others. I have been able to drive testing, accessibility, and am now also working with a small group to incorporate a sustainability perspective into our product.
And as our work gains traction and evolves, we've continued opportunities to increase technical depth and breadth through exposure to different facets of the team's work and the broader Target ecosystem. Whether our personal career trajectories lean more towards individual contributions or leadership, we are creating a solid foundation. And so next slide, please. So on the data side of things for efficiency engineering, we're designing and building data processing engines using Golang. These engines gather data from multiple sources for multiple cloud platforms and is used by the application that we are building to serve the engineer persona. When we started researching the cloud platforms and the data sources, we realized that there's a lot of complexity in the data. The data needed is different for each platform, as well as for different types of deployments within a platform. These are just a few examples of the obstacles that we have encountered. The other part of the engine is to analyze the incoming data and generate a recommendation for the engineer persona. This has taken some trial and error for us. There is not necessarily a one-size-fits-all formula for deployments on a platform, as I think we all know. So we have been working with our users as well as continuing research about the cloud platforms and how they function in order to best serve our users' individual needs. With all of this learning that consistently takes place, we have developed a plan to redesign our data processing engines. We're going to continue to work with the data sources to guarantee quality data, as well as with our users to provide the best experience. We hope that our product continues to make a positive efficiency impact for Target. And with that, I'll pass it off to Abigail to talk about the application and the engineer persona itself.
Thank you. Next slide, please. Whereas Liz works on the data side of things, I'm part of a sub-team that uses that data to provide the tooling for the engineer persona. So we maintain our own Postgres database and a Golang API, but the main focus of our work is a React application that displays information with efficiency of deployments across different cloud and internal hosting platforms. We show utilization information from the past 2 weeks, along with monthly cost estimates. And we display those recommendations that Liz was talking about for using resources more efficiently and reducing cost. Our application has been available to all engineers and leaders at Target since February. So we're still actively working to add features, collect user feedback, and improve our product. Some of the big themes of our work are trying to hone in on how much information is the right amount and what will motivate the engineers to actually make the changes to their resource usage, how to prioritize feature requests and ideas from both users and leadership. Another thing that's important to me personally is making sure that our application is designed to be accessible and will be usable by and useful to all of our increasingly diverse engineers. We've seen consistent growth in the number of users visiting our application. Engineers tell us that they like the level of detail that we capture, and leaders like the ability to determine the cost of a product versus the specific value a capability provides. Teams have been excited to partner more closely with us after seeing their data in our application.
So our team is doing both FinOps engineering work as well as building the tooling that targets product engineers use to understand their FinOps position and optimize it. But we're also engineers who need to consume our own information and continue to be as efficient and cost effective as we can with our own applications. So our journey as engineers and of powering a FinOps movement is just beginning. So back to you guys.
That's killer. Thank you so much. And if I can throw in an ad hoc question, well, I guess two questions. Abigail, you mentioned like the right amount of data that you want to show to them. What does that look like? I mean, are you giving them some cadence of reporting? Are you coming to them with regular meetings? Are you giving them like recommendations via email? Like, how is that refining?
I think I had muted myself, but I'm good now. Yeah, so we show about 2 weeks of data at a time, though we also have a monthly view of that utilization. And we've really been working on getting our information out there through doing demos at different large events, partnering directly with teams who have big opportunities, like Kim had mentioned, and also working to get that information closer to where those deployments are and where choices are being made. So like including a graphic and a link to our site on our internal hosting platform is something that's on our near future roadmap.
Nice. Yeah, and for those of you who haven't heard Kim's podcast that we mentioned earlier, they really dig interestingly into how Target is very focused on building their own platforms, their own tooling, and is doing sort of everything in-house, which we've actually borrowed for the next version of the book as well to talk about that versus the buy option and all the ways that you have to start thinking about, to the point of, I think Abigail's hitting, like the user interface of FinOps, and whether you're using your own reporting or something else or building or buying, there's a lot in how you present the information that is about, making sure we get the right amount of information at the right time, not too much cognitive load, that also understands the level of effort and outcomes and those things. So, and the other question I guess I had was, you all have great Target branded hoodies. Is that something you can buy at Target, or?
No, Kim.
You have to work for Kim to get the hoodie?
Awesome apparel for our team. So she did a great job picking them out.
Right. Very good. Well, thank you both for the time there. JR here from the FinOps Foundation. Thank you for watching. Please go to finops.org if you want to get plugged into this amazing community. And of course, hit subscribe right here on YouTube to get all the future content. Hope to see you soon.